This may just be the biggest freaking news story of the year for Ethereum. An Ethereum ETF application has been filed in the USA. If this gets approved, Moon City for Ethereum. I'll be covering that story in this video. I'll also be talking about the billionaires that are buying Ethereum right now. Some fascinating statistics showing where Ethereum is going right now in terms of it being taken off exchanges and moving elsewhere, and what that means for the price of Ethereum, and some big Polygon updates, including a quick overview on a very exciting NFT-based game called Ethermon. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video to get all of the details on that story. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you'd like to learn more about, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up bell, and of course, click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. So let's go ahead and turn over to the charts. So we have to, of course, mention that Ethereum has hit another new freaking all-time high today. Yes, it definitely feels good. Now, we did get rejected here for Ethereum right up around $4,000. We got as high as $3,958, $59, something like that today, depending on what exchange we're looking at. That is an incredible price high for Ethereum. Just shy of $4,000. We may get a couple of rejections at the $4,000 zone before we successfully crack over that number. I also want to point out these two candles for you. This one right here and this one right here. These are epic candles because these represent the single biggest daily gains for Ethereum. Both of these candles over $400 a piece in just brute gains. That is incredible because remember the good old days of being able to buy Ethereum under $200, and now we get single daily candles that are more than that, twice the previous price of Ethereum in one freaking day. I miss the days of being able to buy ETH under $200. Those are the good times. Those are the good times. Now, something I want you to keep in mind as well, this run over the last few days for Ethereum has been epic beyond belief. Once we cracked over $3,000, Ethereum just basically shot straight up to almost $4,000 in the period of a week. Incredible run. I do want you to keep something in mind, though, that the last few times we've seen a massive run-up like this for Ethereum, when we see the RSI being this heavily overbought, as we have right here, of course. You can see quite overbought at the moment. Not as overbought as it has been at some points during the year. Early January, it was definitely more overbought, but pretty overbought at the moment. We can see that the last few times that's happened here, pretty decent correction. Happened here, pretty decent correction. You can even see these smaller examples where we had just little peaks over the overbought zone. Correction. More overbought here, bigger correction. And I think we could be seeing a similar situation that could come in now that we have been rejected at the $4,000 level. Now, the average price correction from any of these, which is not indicative of what the price is going to do of Ethereum moving forward, but just for reference, some food for thought for you, the average price correction from an overbought reading like this has been around 25%. So if we saw Ethereum coming down 25% from its new all-time highs, well, then we may actually be getting a retest of around $3,000. So let's see if that plays out over the coming week or two. Something to watch out for. Obviously, I want Ethereum to just go straight to the moon, but this is how the markets work. We have these big run-ups. We have a bit of correction, some consolidation time, the next run-up. So get ready for that, just in case it does happen. You may be getting some better buying opportunities in the coming days for Ethereum. But just to be clear, that does not change my overall thesis that Ethereum is going to be a 5-digit asset, that we will see Ethereum being worth over $10,000 a piece. So long-term hodling here, guys. Now, the big news for today, VanEck has filed for an ETF for Ethereum. Big news. Now, there are a few reasons why this is obviously very exciting, because this is actually the first Ethereum ETF application in the USA. Obviously, the fricking SEC has been dragging its feet, been very slow to do anything with crypto exchange traded products like an ETF. There's about 10 Bitcoin ETF proposals sitting at the SEC right now. They keep pushing back the deadlines and screwing around. So we're probably not going to see this Ethereum ETF approved anytime soon, but the fact that it's been filed is a big deal indeed. Remember, over in Canada, they already have 4 Bitcoin ETFs and 3 Ethereum ETFs. Now, with those Ethereum ETFs in Canada, within just 17 days, they're almost at $500 million worth of Ethereum. These are all physically backed ETFs, meaning that for every share of the ETF, the companies behind them have to acquire 1 Ethereum off of the market to back each of those up. So this is a big deal because we're seeing a lot of money coming into these institutional grade products, these more broker facing products for Ethereum. This is really exciting to see because it's showing that there is a big demand to get people's hands on these ETF products. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, Canada only accounts for around 2% of the global stock markets. The United States accounts for slightly more than 50% of all global stock valuations. So what that means is that when we get an ETF approved for Ethereum in the USA, Super Moon City, again, just 17 days trading in Canada, they've managed to get around $500 million invested already. So with the US stock markets being about 25 times bigger than the Canadian ones in a similar amount of time, if with Ethereum ETFs trading on the US markets, we could have already seen $12 to $13 billion worth of Ethereum locked up for these financial products. The Bitcoin ETF, and yes, I also think the Ethereum ETF, when launched, and they will get launched at some point. I think we're not that far away now from seeing a Bitcoin ETF launch in the USA. A lot of other countries are breaking that ground. Canada, Brazil, South Africa probably soon. Australia also probably coming soon. The USA won't be that far behind. They're probably going to be one of the next countries to approve a Bitcoin ETF. When that happens, obviously it's going to be a big market catalyst. Now in Canada, it took them about a month after approving a Bitcoin ETF to approve an Ethereum ETF. So I think we are now at a good chance to actually see an Ethereum ETF approved in the USA in 2021. Now, of course, there are some people who are going to say that the approval of a Bitcoin ETF and potentially even an Ethereum ETF is going to mark the top of the market, that we're going to go into the bear market straight after that happens, just like we saw happen with the futures releases for Bitcoin back in 2017. I don't agree with this. I actually think that the release of ETFs for both Bitcoin and for Ethereum are going to bring in a wave of capital a lot bigger than most people can imagine, because these kind of products are a good market fit because there's a lot of people with a lot of money who don't want to manage their private keys, who don't trust these different exchange products. They want to get access to Bitcoin or to Ethereum on their traditional brokerage accounts. And that money is going to flow in like crazy. By the way, if you want to earn yourself a safe and simple passive income, then check out BlockFi. It is a fantastic option, especially if you're just starting out in the cryptocurrency markets, to get a simple passive income with your cryptocurrencies. You can earn 5% on Bitcoin, 4.5% on Ethereum, 5.5% on Litecoin, and 8.6% on USDC dollar stable coins. All you need to do, deposit your crypto, sit back, let BlockFi do the rest, and get a payout every single month into your account. Now, if you use the link down below in the description to start your account, then you can get up to a $250 Bitcoin bonus. So go ahead and check that out because, of course, free Bitcoin is awesome. Now, let's move on to talk about the Ethereum supply dynamics. As Glassnode says here, it tells a compelling story for the future of the protocol. So what are we seeing happening right now? We are seeing the supply on exchanges plummeting down, actually down to around 12% of the amount of Ethereum is currently held on exchanges. That has, of course, been steadily falling, as you can see, for basically the last year, just down and down and down and down and down. Meanwhile, the amount of Ethereum held in smart contracts up to 22.8%. Now, what this means is that people are buying Ethereum and either withdrawing it and putting it, of course, into just a cold wallet, letting it sit there. That's happening. But more importantly, people are buying Ethereum on public exchanges, withdrawing it out to their MetaMask wallet or whatever they might be doing. And they're doing a few different things. They're staking in the ETH 2.0 deposit contract. That's a big part of this number. They're getting into DeFi. They're going over to Bancor or to Wire and Finance or to Uniswap. And they're making money on their Ethereum. They're using Ethereum as a collateral asset in the decentralized finance markets. This is so critically important because it's moon math central for Ethereum. Because people are using Ethereum. About a quarter of the entire supply of Ethereum is being used in decentralized finance right now. That is an incredibly big deal and shows an unprecedented level of demand for Ethereum to actually be used within the network, right? People aren't just buying it, dumping it into a cold hardware wallet like they do with Bitcoin, right? You just buy your Bitcoin, you hold on to your Bitcoin, number go up over time. People are actually using their Ethereum to get more Ethereum by using it in decentralized finance. So this is an amazing shift. There is now almost twice as much Ethereum in decentralized finance as there is in centralized finance. The numbers tell a fascinating story. People are choosing decentralization. People are moving away from more centralized services. So very, very interesting to see that playing out. Next up is this interesting quote here on Twitter from Raoul Pal. Of course, he is the famous macro investor. Been on the channel before. Very interesting guy. He is friends with a lot of very rich and very influential people. So Jonathan Cheeseman over here on Twitter, he said, okay, seriously, who is buying up all of the Ethereum? Raoul said, not sure, but every single investor I have spoken to is shifting allocation to Ethereum over Bitcoin. All our mutual friends in that billionaire finance circle. That's big. That's big because Raoul knows a lot of the world's biggest fund managers and billionaire investors and macro investors, and everybody's talking about Ethereum. Oh, sure, they're interested in Bitcoin. We've seen a big wave of Bitcoin first, Bitcoin only investors, but Bitcoin first is probably where most of these investors will end up at. Bitcoin's the tip of the spear. Bitcoin gets them interested. They buy some Bitcoin for their portfolios. And then they learn about the incredible potential of other cryptocurrency assets. Once you've had Bitcoin for a while, you start to think, well, is that it? Oh no, there's actually this incredible amount of stuff happening on Ethereum. The cryptocurrency markets are incredible. There's decentralized finance and NFTs and all that stuff. And most of it, of course, is happening on Ethereum right now. And Ethereum staking rates around 6 to 7% at the moment. People are very interested in getting this asset and holding on to this asset because it is the future premier, current premier even, internet bond in terms of being a asset with great economics as well as having great staking rewards. So very, very interesting to see that a lot of big money people are taking a big notice of Ethereum right now. I want to talk about Polygon news next. So right now, Sushi Swap has a 30 million US dollar liquidity campaign if you're using Sushi Swap on Polygon. So they're using this rewards program to bootstrap liquidity for the Sushi products on Polygon. So if you are using Polygon and you want a new opportunity, then definitely go and check this out, because $30 million worth of rewards, pretty gosh darn sweet. We've seen Aave doing a big rewards program as well, QuickSwap doing a big rewards program. So these big DeFi players are coming into the Polygon ecosystem, of course the premier Ethereum layer 2 network, and they're bringing big rewards with them. So that's really cool to see. And of course, if you want to be a liquidity provider and earn some of those rewards, then check that out. In other Polygon news, Polygon has just teamed up with Dafi protocol to enable the creation of the D-Matic token. Now, we talked about Dafi a few weeks or a few months ago here on the channel. So basically the idea behind Dafi is that it creates a new incentive structure to help reward long-term users of a protocol. Because what so often happens is see really big rewards for a protocol right at the start of a network launch, and then over time the rewards go down, users go down, interest goes down. Dafi is trying to shake that up with synthetic assets. D-Matic will be a synthetic asset here, basically helping to encourage a better long-term community and reliable network growth, reliable community growth, and retention over time. And finally, in Polygon news, Ethermon, an NFT game, is also going to be working with Polygon. They have released their first ever Matic-Mon NFTs into the Ethermon universe, of course powered by the Polygon network, Ethereum layer 2. Now, Ethermon, it is an older game on Ethereum, so they've actually been around since 2017. So if you want to think of something like Pokemon and Tamagotchi pets brought together, so you can actually battle your different Ethermon creatures within the game. It's a battle game, and you can also, of course, take care of those creatures, grow those creatures, and do all kinds of cool things with them. So it's a pretty cool game idea that they've come up with here for Ethermon. Now, Ethermon is actually, again, they've been around for quite a while. They have around 40,000 players for the game. They're actually going to be releasing their Ethermon token soon, which I'm a big fan of NFTs. I think they've delivered a lot over the years that they've been around here in the market. So I'm investing in this token, and it's a very interesting game, especially when you consider some of the things that they have coming up soon. So one thing that really caught my attention about this product is that they're launching really soon basically a Pokemon Go style game where you can actually find these Ethermon creatures out in the wild using your phone. These are NFT creatures, and then you can find and battle other people and stuff like this. And so it just brings this whole gamification in that could be really big in terms of a cryptocurrency game. Now, Pokemon Go obviously was able to leverage the Pokemon brand and has like 11 million users or something like that at the moment. But if Ethermon can even get a fraction of that kind of user base, then this has a really big potential. If you can actually get people interested and involved in a gamified ecosystem where they can go out, look around for creatures, and find creatures that are actually worth actual money, people are going to start getting pretty gosh darn excited about it. Also, something is that they've got working products with Decentraland. So Decentraland is, of course, like one of the biggest virtual reality worlds right now for the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So you can actually go into Decentraland with your Ethermon, find other Ethermon, battle with those creatures inside that virtual reality world. There's also some pretty cool extra things, like they've got garden patches where you can feed your creatures and stuff like this, also in Decentraland. So NFT gaming, I maintain it's a big deal. And as I continue to say about the NFT market, I'm interested in the pick and shovel plays, not so much the speculation on NFTs themselves. And I think that Ethermon has as a game a potential to be one of those interesting pick and shovel plays. So I'm definitely watching out for this one when it comes to the market. Now, they're doing a Polka starter on May 18th. So if you're interested in getting some of the tokens, then you should definitely check that out. Polka starter, of course, has been the launch pad for some of the biggest cryptocurrency projects to come out to the market in the last few months. Now, if you miss out on the Polka starter sale, just as always, a bit of a word of caution. Don't FOMO buy in the tokens the second they hit Uniswap. Usually you want to wait a bit of time for the price action to cool down, so you make sure you get yourself a decent entry and don't get wrecked chasing into the FOMO. But I think that this game has a great potential to have a long-term impact if they can really capture those users and if they can get people excited about their Ethermon Go game that they're going to be releasing here in the near future. And of course, their already existing product is really, really cool as well. This is just building on top of that overall product that they already have. Anyway, those are just my two gway for the day. Your question for today: do you think that an Ethereum ETF, if it were to be launched in the USA, is going to be a big deal for the price action of Ethereum? Or do you think it's going to be one of those things that's the top, Ethereum ETF, it's in, back to the bear market? Curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.